Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we attempt to uncover the secrets buried in those dusty corporate filings. Today we are looking at Expion360 Incorporated's latest report, and let's just say they've got some interesting updates for their shareholders, with a letter from the CEO covering leadership changes and future outlook. Before we dive in, if you enjoy getting straightforward insights from these complex documents, smash that subscribe button, and hey, we've got a growing community over on Discord, linked in the description below, so come join the conversation. So what we've got here is a Form 8K filing. Think of this as a current report that companies file when something important happens that the public should know about beyond the usual quarterly or annual updates. It is like a company's urgent bulletin board. The date that kicks things off for this report is the 13th of January 2026. This is the earliest event they are reporting that necessitates this filing. The company in question is Expion360 Incorporated. They are involved in the world of business, and this report is giving us a peek into what is happening behind the scenes. They are registered in Nevada and have a commission file number of 001-41347. Now, let's talk about what they're trading on the stock market. Expion360 Incorporated has common stock, and you can find it trading under the symbol XPON on the Nasdaq Capital Market. This is how everyday investors can buy or sell a piece of the company. And here is an interesting tidbit. Expion360 Incorporated is checking the box to be considered an emerging growth company. This means they are a relatively newer or smaller public company that gets some flexibility with certain reporting rules. It is like getting a bit of a grace period as they grow. Now we get to the juicy part of this filing, the actual news. Under Regulation FD, or Regulation Fair Disclosure, companies have to share any material information with everyone at the same time, not just select investors. On the 13th of January 2026, Expion360 Incorporated, which they refer to as the company in this report, sent out a letter to everyone who owns their stock. This letter came directly from Joseph Hammer, who holds the top jobs as Chief Executive Officer and Chairman of the Board. What is in this letter? Well, it covers some pretty significant ground. We're talking about recent changes in the company's leadership, how the company performed operationally over the entire year of 2025, and what they expect to happen operationally in 2026. It is important to note how they're presenting this information. They're saying that what is in this section and in Exhibit 99.1, which is the actual letter, is being furnished, not filed in the strictest sense. This means it is for your information, but it doesn't carry the same legal weight or responsibility under Section 18 of the Securities Exchange Act of 1934, also known as the Exchange Act compared to other parts of the filing. Essentially, they're providing context without immediately being held to the fire for every single word, as if it were a formal filing for a specific regulatory purpose. Moving on, we land on item 9.01, which is all about the exhibits. This is where they list the supporting documents that come with this report. The main supporting document here is Exhibit 99.1. This is the actual letter to stockholders that was dated the 13th of January 2026. This is where all the detailed announcements about leadership, last year's results, and the upcoming year's expectations are laid out further. And to wrap up the official part, we have the signatures. This report is being signed off on by Expion360 Incorporated, dated the 13th of January 2026. The signature is from Shauna Bowen, who holds the important title of Chief Financial Officer. This confirms that the company, through its authorized representatives, is putting its name behind this report. Now let's talk about what this all means. This filing, mainly through that letter to stockholders, is giving us a snapshot of a company in transition. Leadership changes often signal a shift in strategy or a response to performance. When the CEO and chairman are the ones communicating this, it underscores the significance of these developments. The fact that they are discussing operational results for the year that just ended, 2025, and looking ahead to 2026 tells us they are being transparent about their performance and future plans. For investors, this is crucial. It helps them understand if the company is on solid ground and if their investment is likely to grow. Think about it this way, if a company's leadership is changing, it is like a ship changing captains. You want to know why the old captain left, and if the new captain has a clear plan for the voyage. The letter is their chance to reassure everyone that the ship is still heading in the right direction, or to explain why the course might be changing. The operational results for 2025 are the report card for the past year. Were they profitable? Did they meet their targets? The outlook for 2026 is the strategic roadmap. Are they investing in new products, expanding into new markets, or cutting costs? These details are what can make or break investor confidence. It is easy to get lost in the technicalities of these filings, but at their core, they are about telling a story. The story of Expion360 Incorporated right now seems to be one of leadership evolution and a forward-looking perspective. As an emerging growth company, these moves are even more critical. They are trying to establish themselves in the market, and clear leadership and a solid operational plan are key to doing that successfully. Looking critically at this, the lack of specific financial numbers in this particular 8K filing itself means we have to rely on the content of the letter mentioned in Exhibit 99.1. While we don't have the direct financial tables here, the implication of reporting operational results and outlook is that these numbers are significant. The real analysis will hinge on the details within that letter. If the leadership changes were due to poor performance, that is a red flag. If they were strategic to bring in new expertise for growth, that could be a positive sign. The operational outlook is the company's best guess, or perhaps its most optimistic projection for the year ahead. Investors should be looking for consistency between past performance, the reasons for leadership shifts, and the future projections. Alright, that is our quick decode of this Expion360 Incorporated filing. What is your take on these leadership changes and what they might mean for the company's future? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give it a like and subscribe for more corporate insights. And don't forget to join us on Discord for deeper discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.